13 3/4. What's going on, everybody? As you guys just saw, got a couple fish catches, had some camera issues. Not sure what's going wrong there. I probably need to do some formatting of my chip, but those are the only 2 fish catches I got all week. So with that being said, I do want to just talk about the event and a breakdown of the event, things I did right, things I did wrong. So day 1, we were sitting in 44th. Those are the only 2 fish I caught on day 1. And as you guys saw, I caught them first thing in the morning, and it burned me. I made a mental error and just kind of stuck to that 20 to 16 foot range and was hitting cages all day instead of sticking with the game plan, which was hit cages and main lake points and cover water like I normally do. I just got stuck in my ways and didn't cover water. So with that being said, though, we were sitting in 44th going into day 2. I decided to launch back at Windsor where I launched on day 1 and make a run further north and kind of stick with the plan that I had originally for day 1. And it happened to just kind of play out. You know, it was a tough bite. It was cold. As you guys see on day 1, there was a lot of people not catching fish. There was a lot of people not filling out limits. And I think there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 limits filled out. That's it. So I knew in this event that I needed to keep my head down and we could make a huge jump going into day 2 because of how tough the fishing was, as long as we got fish on the board. So day 2 rolls around. Like I said, I launched at the same ramp that I launched at before. Decided to make a run north, and we got to our starting area, which was a Thule line with a main link point on it. Didn't get any bites there. I scoot off that Thule line, get to about 15 foot of water, and I see a couple fish roaming in like just off a ledge. Pitch to them, catch my first fish, which happened to be a 15 and a half. So cool, great. We're back on the board first thing in the morning. Caught them in a little bit of a different area. There wasn't a cage there. They were just kind of roaming. And I just kind of progressed about my day, hitting main lake points all the way up to the mouth of the river up north. I got to a point and saw 4 branches sticking up from a submerged tree, pitched to it with a Ned rig, and watched the 20.5 come eat it. I mean, like, she was following it, and it was a pop. I saw her get more aggressive, pop, pop, get more aggressive, pop, 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 more aggressive again, and I popped it one more time, stopped it, and she ate it. So obviously that fish helped a bunch, moved me way up the leaderboard very early in the morning. It wasn't until, time did I catch this fish or upload it? 2:26 from when I caught my second fish at 9:11 to 2:26 in the afternoon to catch another fish. It was a grind all weekend, but I made a long run from all the way north up by the river, down through the channel to the other side of the island, 2 miles up that way, didn't get anything, came back, and sat basically at the boat ramp for the remainder of the day. I think I had like 2.5, 3 hours left when I got back, and we managed to find a like steep drop off at the ramp, and there was a boulder in about 14 to 15 foot of water, and I saw some fish cruising around it and pitched that Ned rig back out that we caught the big one on. Felt a thud, caught the 14, and then literally 3 casts later, felt what I thought was a bluegill, but it just happened to be a 12-inch smallie, and got her to go, giving us 62 inches for day 2. Now, like I said, bite was tough. There still wasn't a whole lot of limits filled out, and some people didn't do well on day 2 that were up towards the top. And we managed to salvage the event, getting us to top 15. Now, what I take away from this event was I needed to just stick to my guns and not really get in that mindset of like, oh, we have it figured out. And I failed to adapt to situations after catching those first 2 fish. You know, it was uncharacteristic of me to like not be moving. Granted, I know fishing was slow, and you know, like catching some of those fish, I had to sit in some areas for longer, but I sat way too long in areas that just weren't producing fish. With that being said, I learned a lot about myself after day 1 going into day 2, and just kind of put it together and got myself a good finish in an event where I was sitting middle of the pack after a terrible day 1. But congrats to Drew for flying out here and putting the smackdown on us. Dude is a straight hammer. Thank you to everyone who came out from the east, out west. It truly means a lot to us. Next event, Lake Fork Kayak Series Championship, which we qualified for back in October. So it's time to get prepared for that and get our pre-fishing all sorted out and figure out what we're doing. House is already booked. Traveling with Mark, Kyle, Ramon, and Patrick, the other 3 that qualified through our local nation series. So I am super excited to actually spend a week with these guys and get to know them better. And going forward, I'll have recorded, because I was extremely upset after seeing that it wasn't recorded, especially with the day 2, like almost last minute heroics I had. And I thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoy me talking a little bit deeper on thought processes, and if there's something you guys want to hear, please let me know in the comments below. I will see you guys in Texas.